Creak.
Crack.
Creak.
Crack. 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 Quack. Quack.
What's that quack?
Once upon a time, a long time ago, there was a young girl named Tipingi. She lived with her father and her stepmother. After several years, her father died, and so Tipingi was left living with her stepmother. Now, this stepmother was stingy. That means she didn't like to share. And so when she would make food at night, she would keep most of it for herself and give Tipingi just a little bit. But one afternoon, she was getting ready to cook some beans when she saw that her firewood supply was low. And in Haiti, in good times, you could go into the forest and you could gather branches that had fallen naturally. You could make a bundle and tie it with a rope, and you could bring it home. So she went into the forest. Tipingi was away at school, and she was greedy. And so she made a big stack of wood, so big that when it came time to pick it up, she couldn't lift it. And so standing in the forest, she just called out, "Please, could someone help me carry this wood?" And out of nowhere came an old man. Out of nowhere. He stepped forward and he said, "Old woman, I'll help you carry that wood. And I'll do it if you give something to me." An exchange. She said, all right, please carry it. We'll go back to my house." Well, when they got back to her house, she realized she really didn't want to give him anything because she was stingy. She didn't like to share. And so when he said, "Now what do you have for me?" she said, "I'll give you my stepdaughter as a servant." He said, "How will I find her?" She said, "Well, tomorrow after school you'll find her playing by the fountain in the center of town, and I will tell her to wear red. And you will identify her by what she's wearing, a red dress." Well, Tipingi had just come home, and she heard what her stepmother said, and quickly she ran to her friends' houses, and she said, "Wear red tomorrow." And so her friends all put on red dresses, and they went to school. And afterwards, they were playing by the fountain, and the old man came to collect his pay, his exchange, and he saw all these young girls wearing red dresses. And he walked up in front of them all, and he said, "All right, now, which one of you is Tipingi?" And all the girls started to say, "I'm Tipingi, she's Tipingi, we're Tipingi too." That's a part for you if you want it. Here we go. "I'm Tipingi, she's Tipingi, we're Tipingi too." And they said it again. "I'm Tipingi, she's Tipingi, we're Tipingi too." And the old man, he couldn't figure out who was Tipingi. And he went back to the old woman and he said, "Although there were several girls wearing red, I couldn't pick her out. Now what am I supposed to do?" She said, "Come back tomorrow, she'll wear black." Well, Tipingi heard what her stepmama said. She ran to her friends' houses and said, "Wear black tomorrow. My stepmother's trying to give me away to work as a servant." All the girls said, "Okay." So after school, when he came to the fountain, there were all the girls. There were a number of them all wearing black. And he walked up and we could all say, "Which one of you is Tipingi?" We could put our hands on our hips like this. Here we go. In a low voice. Here we go. "Which one of you is Tipingi?" Very good. Nice. And they all started to dance and say, "I'm Tipingi, she's Tipingi, we're Tipingi too." You want to try that? You can stand up. Here we go.
Oh, this is
The boys can stand up too. You can just
I'm
join
Tipingo.
into the girls' part.
I'm Tipingo. I'm Tipingo.
Tipingi.
Tipingo.
But you want to be Tipingo, her
Tipingo.
cousin?
Yeah.
This is okay. You can be Tipingo, her cousin. You do any dance you want, it'll work. Here we go. "I'm Tipingi, she's Tipingi, we're Tipingi too." Now we'll do one for the cousins. Here we go. "I'm Tipingo, he's Tipingo, we're Tipingo too." Very good. He said, "Wah!" That's the old man. Everybody do that. And he went back home to the old woman and he said, they were all wearing black today. Now what am I supposed to do? She said, don't worry. Come back tomorrow. She'll be wearing a red dress. He said, if I can't pick her up tomorrow, I'm going to come and I'm going to take you. The old woman said, I'll make sure she's wearing red. Tipingi heard. She ran to a friend's house and she said, wear red. Do you have a red dress? Do you have a red dress? Do you wear red? Don't wear black, wear red.
I got red undies.
She bumped into her cousins on the way home. She said to the cousins, well, the girls are going to wear red. You can wear whatever you want. Undies or not. And so, the next day, the old man came, and he had that same pose. Why don't you join up in the back a little bit? You'll see better. The Tipingos are in the middle.
We're wearing
Tipingos are in the
shirts
middle.
and shorts.
Yes, anybody want to be the old man with me? So the old man's going to say, which one of you is Tipingo?
Which one
Here we go.
Yeah, I want to be
The old man brought his kid with him, so come on up. You can stand up.
something.
You're a kid, stand up. You got
I'll make
legs.
Tipingo.
So you're going to say with me which one of you is Tipingi, all right? Now, but you're going to use a very low voice.
No, say
Which
Ready?
one of you is Tipingi?
or Tipingo.
Ready? Here we go. And if any men in the room want to say along with us, that'd be great. Here we go. Nice low voices. Here we go. Which one of you is Tipingi?
Tipingi.
And then you can go back and do your Tipingo part. Oh, go back.
He doesn't want to.
I know.
He's a baby.
No, he's just ready to rock and roll.
Tipingos.
He asked the question, and the girls, so all the women and the girls would say together with me, here we go. I'm Tipingi, she's Tipingi, we're Tipingi too. Again, I'm Tipingi, she's Tipingi, we're Tipingi too. The old man said, wah, here we go. Wah! And he went back, and he knocked on the old woman's door. She opened it, and he took her. And he walked with her into the forest, into his house, where she became his servant. And Tipingi, she went home, she cooked some beans, and she lived happily ever after with no stepmama.
What about her dad?
We're cousins, Tipingos.
They were grocery shopping.
And when they came back from grocery shopping, where was Tipingo?
She was home making beans, and they came over, and she gave them beans in hot dog buns, and they thought it was really good.
Did the bean give them gas?
No.
Why do you keep saying that? I'm gonna keep gas here. Gas. I'll put gas back on her.
She goes to school.
So, this is one of many stories from that collection. And the name of the collection of stories, if you want, when you go to your library and you want to look for the book, you'll look for a book called The Magic Orange Tree. So say that name back.
Magic orange tree.
Magic Orange
The magic orange tree.
Why didn't she tell him like she's gonna wear red? And then when she heard, and then when she left, she would have told him that she's gonna wear yellow.
In the story, it just has black dresses and red dresses.
So she could have switched it. She's gonna be wearing red, and then when she left, she could have said she's gonna be wearing black.
Well, I love that question. And when I think about the story, one of the things I love about it is it's a story about friends helping one another. And it's about a group of friends who join in so that one will not have to suffer in any way.